Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Channel Legends video. Guys, we're on the test server here. We're going to check out the new champions that have just dropped in the game. They're due to come out this week on the main kind of servers. We're also going to check out some of the new filtering options and dungeon grinding quality of life features and see if they are just up to the mark, up to what we want from these new quality of life features, or are they a bit of an afterthought? So let's check it all out. I will say I'm going to be streaming the test server tonight, 8 PM UK time, which is 3 PM EST, 9 PM UTC. Find your own time zone from that. There will be a few gems given away as well. About 2,500 gems we're going to give away tonight, just as a little Brucey bonus. But ultimately, we're going to be testing out the new champs, seeing where they fit, what sort of content they're good in, and really kind of being led by the stream around what champions you want to see the most. So we do have the new fusion in the mix here, which is the Giants. So we've got Jetni in the mix. How big is she? She's pretty damn big. Let me check versus Alsgor here. Alsgor kind of, I don't know. I mean, who's the giant out of the two? You decide. But she is definitely built. Yeah, she's definitely got it going on. A little bit of right bum cheek on show. That's the way it goes. I do like the mask on the back. Cheeky tattoo. Same tattoo on the arm? Pretty much. Anyway, same thing on the face. She doesn't have too many ideas, but she does like a tat. So what's going on here? 100 speed, 15, nearly 1600 base attack. That's very high. And she is an attack-based champion, so we're going to get some nukage going on. We're going to be testing that tonight on stream. How does she fare? She's a spirit champion. How does she fare against, you know, like the Yannickas of this world? Against Supreme Elhain, who we just had as a fusion not long ago. Like, is she in that same sort of realms of damage or not, ultimately? Like, that's what we need to know, because her kit is based around damage. If she doesn't hit hard enough, then it's kind of like, is she worth our time? So we've got an A1 here, which is a double hit. Got a chance to stun, goes to 50%. The second hit can put drop defense out. Again, 50%. It's pretty solid A1. A2's an AoE. Booked to 100% chance of a drop defense, which cannot be resisted, so no accuracy required if this champion Alsgor Crimsonhorn is on the same team. We'll check him out in a minute. The ignore 20% of defense is the thing I'm interested in, because that's normally where the nukes come from. I think the comments on my last video about this champion are pretty fair. Like, you get your self buff on this skill. So you kind of do, and this skill gives you an extra turn if you kill someone, if you've got Alsgor. But you get your self buff here. So the natural thing should be, I want to drop defense before I nuke. But the weird thing is, it's going to be like, which way round do I want to do this? Do I want to give myself the buffs and nuke and then nuke again? Are you going to get a double nuke off? Probably not. So we need to see what both of these do. And it might be that you don't end up building her with 70% crit rate, because it only goes on for 2 turns. This is on a 4-turn cooldown. Are you likely to cycle both in an arena match? Who knows? But yeah, just a little bit wonky on the kit. Not crazy bad, but a little bit wonky. I like a double hit on the AoE here and a second AoE. So if you've got someone who's doing damage, 2 AoEs definitely better than 1 with the current meta that we've got. And a double hit is definitely nice against the Rotus. Also got this here, inflicts 20% more damage against targets under shield. Will ignore shields completely if Alsgor's on the same team. Again, I need to see what the code side of this says, because people are telling me that the Mastery Shield Breaker, and I wasn't aware of this actually, people are saying that this Mastery Shield Breaker, you get 25% more damage against shields, but once you've beaten through that shield, the rest of the hit that you were going to do does not gain the 25% damage. If that's the same for her passive, then actually we lose a lot of the potential damage that I thought we would gain hitting into shields. You know, if you've got like a bolster set enemy, 20% plus another 25%, 45% more damage against shields should mean that your smack just overruns the shield quite comfortably. But if this only penetrates shield and then you go back to your normal level of damage somehow after that in the way it's coded, then it's way less beneficial, like way less. And at that point, I could kind of get to the argument of people saying just a kind of beefed up War Maiden, or, you know, beefed up drop defense, Argala, whatever. So we'd have to do some testing around that and see how it actually works. But let's check out some of these other champions then. So Alsgor is the partner. Let's have a look. Alsgor, kind of got a bit of a Witcher vibes going on there. Got his Horn of Plenty. Pretty cool design, I think. Pretty cool. Okay, so this is the partner. He's not Void. I thought he was going to be a Void legendary, which would have been, I guess, a bit gutting having a partner that's a Void legendary. But anyway, a legendary's hard to get, right? A specific legendary, we know it nowadays. In a pool of however many, like 140 odd legendaries now, it's very difficult to get a specific one unless they do an event for that specific one, which they might do. They might do. But what we got here, decent-ish HP, is an HP-based champion, 22k, some defense, good speed. Don't forget, the Giant massively is improved when he's on the team. So he needs to be good as well, otherwise it's kind of like, what's the point? So A1 here, attacks one enemy, heals by 20% of the damage, has a 40%, goes to 60% chance of increasing the duration of 2 random debuffs on the target by 1. It's an okay A1. It's not anything crazy. Doesn't feel very arena-like as an A1. But we'll see. A2 then, AoE hits. Goes up to 100% chance of removing 2 random buffs. So this is definitely an arena-style skill, or maybe Hydra. 100% chance of removing 2 random buffs from all enemies. 100% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies, even if it's a weak hit if the Giant's on the same team. That's kind of significant, actually. Doesn't say cannot be resisted. So you still need the accuracy to do it. But basically what he's doing here is he's setting up your team to get through this kind of buff-centric meta. So actually, and especially good if it's a weak hit, because obviously, you know, if you're going up against anyone magic affinity, with most champions with this type of skill, when it's a hit skill, you've got a chance to weak hit, doesn't do the skill, etc. So, kind of interesting. It means that Jetni the Giant will at least be going into people that don't have buffs in the way. We then got Resounding Rally. So this skill, it's another block damage champ. So we've already got Helicaf, who probably is best in class for this. You've got the Tower. This is the 3rd one in the game. It's actually, you know, considering the game's 4 years old, there's only 3 champions in the game that have got this ability, which is block damage for 2 turns on all allies on a 4-turn cooldown. It's exactly the same as the others in terms of the cooldown and stuff. Fully heals a target ally while he's doing it. I don't know. Depends what you're going to use him for. Like, if this is the main skill you're going to use and you're using him for a clan boss setup, which obviously is viable, he's not bringing anything else. Unless his passive does. No. He's not bringing anything else at all to a clan boss setup other than the block damage comp. But if you don't have it yet, and this guy ends up being up for grabs in an event, block damage comps, unkillable teams, they are the easiest way to do max damage against clan boss. So another one in the game's not bad. If I compare him to Helicaf, though, Helicaf, you know, in live arena is kind of raking it up. He's a carry in all areas of the game. This guy feels like he's got almost like dual role here. Like, this is clan boss. Maybe it's a bit of arena, but not really. This is definitely an arena type skill. Maybe Hydra skill. Maybe Doom Tower waves. You know, that type of thing. Faction War waves. I guess for these two as pairing up in Faction Wars, that would be insane. But, you know, is that really what we want from our new legendaries, Faction War champions? Probably not. And then we got passive here. When attacked, 50% chance of placing decreased speed on the attacker for 2 turns. That's quite cool. When attacked, 50%. Goes to 100% if Giant's on the same team. Again, we'll need accuracy for this, but that's quite a cool passive, actually. Again, though, I would say his kit's conflicting to me. The Giant feels like an arena champion. He feels like he doesn't know where he should play, in my opinion. I'm not really sure where we're using him. But definitely can get some use because of this block damage skill. Okay, he's okay. He's definitely not the arena god that I was expecting to see. Okay, then, let's keep moving. So, High Elf. We've got a new epic in the High Elves. Ilcina? I like this skin a lot, to be fair. Definitely a different look, different vibe for our normal High Elf skin. Still got the golden armor, which we're seeing quite a few of them. I don't know, very clean skin, cool shield. Do like it. So, what's going on with this champion? Decent speed, decent defense and HP. HP-based champion again. I feel like we're getting a lot more HP-based champions recently. So, we've got attack one enemy, boosts to a 50% chance of stealing one random buff. It's an okay A1. A2 here, boosts to 3-turn. AoE, before attacking, has a chance of removing any block debuffs. What's that, an 80% chance? Also has a 50% chance, boosts to 80, of putting block buffs. So remove block debuffs, put block buffs in its place. I guess block debuffs is very annoying as a debuff as a buff that's out there, especially when you're trying to get your stuff done on Hydra or in Arena. So this interaction's kind of cool, but very niche. You know, you've got other epics that just remove anything. This one's only if there's this particular thing, and you only get the value if block debuffs is out there, I think. Or maybe not. No, maybe not. This goes on anyway. So block buffs as a skill is good, especially in places like Hydra. 3-turn cooldown, 80% chance. Okay, not too bad. We've then got something that boosts to 4 turns here. Places a shield on all allies equal to 20% of her HP. And a weak source strength for 2 turns. On a 4-turn. Again, it's kind of good, but not crazy good. We've also got passive here. Heals his champion by 30% of their HP. That's a lot. Whenever a shield is placed by the Shield of Aravia skill here on this when it expires, is removed or broken. So yeah, it might be a bit like a Vergis, very difficult to kill with this going on, with this passive. Block buffs as well. It's okay. The kit's okay. I don't think it's anything crazy. Certainly not going to be breaking into any kind of like crazy high-end teams. Let's have a look at the Sylvan Watcher. Who we got here? Creodan, the blue. This is one we actually saw in the little clip that they did on Facebook, the little Facebook ad. He's got little toy soldiers in his backpack. What is going on? Got a little model here. What is going on with the little figures? He loves his toys. Okay, what's going on with this champ? So, good base HP again. Good attack and defense. Pretty fast. We've got an A1. Here we go. This is the Fire Knight champion. I guess this is where we're going to test him tonight. 3-hitter. Good. Each hit chance to place a freeze. Good. It's definitely what we need from some Fire Knight type champions to really unlock hard Fire Knight. So, books up to 35% chance per hit. Honestly, it's not enough. This needs to be like 80% chance per hit, triple hit or quad hit. Like, it just needs to be so much for it to be relevant for Fire Knight. We've got a double hitter as well, though, on the A2. Again, each hit, 60% chance to freeze. Needs to be more like 100%. Does. Needs to be 100% if it's going to be Fire Knight relevant. 3-turn cooldown. And then we've got an increased speed and turn meter fill on the A3. I mean, the kit's not bad. AoE freeze, speed and turn meter, freeze again. It's all okay. But if they're specifically thinking in their head, this is going to be a Fire Knight champion, it's not enough. Like, this needs to be reflect damage or ally attack or counter. Like, there's got to be all of the things that you need in one person's kit to get Fire Knight hard going. What else we got here? Fills his champion's turn meter by 5% for each freeze debuff placed. So that's only going to happen a couple of times a turn. You might get a bit of turn meter, might cycle through turns a bit. Is it just by this champion? Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't think that's going to be breaking open Fire Knight anytime soon. But at least we got another one as an option. At the moment, it's pretty much just Gory as an epic that's an option. Now I've got a second option. So, maybe I'll run the two of these together tonight. And we'll see if we can get anywhere through Fire Knight hard. Okay. What else have we got here? We've got an Ogryn tribes. I think it's just 2 Ogryn tribes left. Okay. So we've got another epic here. This guy's funky looking. Look at this. The Rocket Man, Wuzgar. Couldn't get enough metal to make a proper mask. Looks super funky. Really cool skull on the back, like that. I like this, kind of like Greaves with extra damage. The blue tinged axe. Very cool. Braid knocking it out of the park as always. Another HP based champion here. 20k health's not that high for an HP champion. Farso, 105. What's going on? A quad hit A1. Okay, maybe this is again like another Fire Knight based champion. Each hit heals the ally with the lowest HP by 2%. Watch out for those little heals. 2% of his HP. So if you got him up to 100k, you could get an 8k heal out of the A1. The A2 then books down to a 3 turn, heals all allies by 10% of this max HP, places counterattack on him with the quad hit. Again, like it feels like this is aimed at Fire Knight, maybe aimed at Clan Boss, I guess. But just counterattack on him, is it enough? Not sure. 4 hits is definitely nice for counterattacking. No, so you definitely get some value out of that. Put Phantom Touch on him. Got a chance to proc extra hits into that Fire Knight shield or extra damage against a Clan Boss. And then we've got Reflect damage here and a shield. Interesting. Okay, this books to 3 turn. It's definitely a Fire Knight based champion in my opinion. Like he's been geared up for Fire Knight. Reflect damage on your whole team. So when you take the hit from Fire Knight, you get reflected 5 hits into that shield straight away. The shield buff protects your team from that initial surge of damage. I don't know if it's enough because the Fire Knight hits like an absolute beast, but we'll see, I guess. But yeah, and then you've got this quad hit trying to beat down the shield as well as counterattack to get more hits away. Feels okay. It's like you almost need to blend these 2 epics we've just looked at together, and then you've got someone capable of fighting the Fire Knight. And then you just need 5 of those. So I'm not sure. What else we got here? Passive. Restores destroyed max HP whenever this champion heals themselves or an ally. That's quite cool. Actually, that's a cool skill there. Amount of HP restored is equal to 30% of the heal. That is quite cool in the current kind of max HP destruction that's going on. I don't know, guys. Quite an interesting epic, I think. But pretty much focused on Fire Knight. You could get some value, I guess, out of Clan Boss because of the 3-turn cooldowns on the heals and the shields. But yeah, feels like Fire Knight hard is what it's been aimed for. Okay, I've left the best till last. I've got to say, this last champion is a freaking beast. I can't wait to test this one out tonight, honestly. This last champion, look at this and tell me it's not the best champion you've seen in a while. Graazur Irongut. What a freaking beast. Look at this. It's like the Juggernaut meets, I don't know, a massive like ogre from World of Warcraft. I love it. I love the appearance. Look at these shields. Look at the detail. Absolutely loving it. Can't really see it that well, but he's got the kind of like almost rotating head that could come on and get your angry face on. Another shield. This dude looks like the absolute business. So we've got Void, Legendary. Of course we have crazy high base defense. High HP is a defense-based champion. 102 speed is fast. Yeah, this guy is looking sweet. A1, AoE. We're talking serious. This champion is a serious new Void Legendary. Defend the wall. AoE places a shield on all allies except this champion for a turn. The value of the shield is proportional to his defense. A bit like the Valk and the Helicaf shields that we get put out. I've been having a look at the numbers on this a little bit. It's not like a Valk level shield, but it's a good shield considering it's an A1. So this is an interesting one. But yeah, it's literally just based on how much defense do you get on this champion. So it doesn't scale with the amount of the hit or anything like that. It's literally just what's your defense number. When you put increased defense, it goes up. When you have someone like Iron Brado in the team, it goes up. Defense aura, it goes up. All of those things work to improve this. So pretty interesting A1. A2, AoE again, double AoEs. Heals this champion by 10% of the damage that he does. And this damage is based on enemy max HP. A Graazur style, right? A Graazur style A2. Enemy max HP on a 3-turn. Increases the duration of all buffs on all allies as well. This is like a Hydra crazy ability right here. Big heal. Buff increase. Kind of like Krisk, I guess, in a way, but with an enemy max HP element to the hit on a 3-turn. And then the A3, another AoE. So all AoE hits. Everyone is taking hits. Books to 100% chance of placing Provoke. This is on a 3-turn cooldown. Just feels like this is a Hydra champion to me. Hydra, maybe Arena, I guess. Because of the Provokes and the shieldage and stuff. But mainly Hydra, mainly PvE, really. Thinking about it. It's probably not PvP. The only reason I'm thinking PvP is because you get increased resistance and increased defense. And he's provoking at the same time. Like, it's basically the best increased resistance champion in the game. From now. From now, this is the one. Whether you really use increased resistance in PvP, probably not. So it's probably going to be a load of PvE content where he's just ripping it up with the big hits, the provoke, the cool buffs, the shieldage, and then we've got this passive here. So whenever this champion is attacked, don't forget he puts provoke out there, heals all allies except him for 70% of the damage that he takes. It's like turbocharged Bogoth. Only heals 35% against bosses, and it's got no cooldown. So every time you hit, 70% heal every single time. The cooldown here is on this second part where he gets an unkillable buff before he's going to die. So like a Leo or a Skull Crown unkillable. Just before he's about to die, becomes unkillable, and then you've got basically until he has another turn to heal him back up. So if you ran him as a slow provoker, he could just absorb all the damage, and the rest of your team could get the job done. But you do want him cycling through and hitting if it's PvE because of the enemy max HP stuff. I just feel like this is going to be a champion that gets played a ton when people start to pick him up. And he's going to be pretty high meta for a load of different content. He's like a Krisk. He's like a Krisk level good, in my opinion. He's got defense in all battles, high level, 33% as well. So yeah, this guy is an absolute unit. And we will be trying him out tonight. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the other stuff that's in the game then. So we've got in dungeons now, or as of patch day, you can go in and do the gear selling filter. This is particularly good for people that don't play on PC, if you're not using RSL Helper and stuff like that. So you go into the gear selling filter. This is only through your multi-battles. Yeah, and you go in and it's like, right, on my weapons, on my shields, whatever you want to do, I set by set what I want to do. Okay, so if I'm like, choose the gear you want to keep, all the other gear will be sold. So if I say in Dragon, I don't want to keep any Frost set, any Day set, any Avenging set, any, you know, whatever you want to do. Yeah, let's say I wanted to do this. Then on Speed set, you're basically saying I want to keep just 6-star, for example. Yeah, so I don't want to keep any of the 5-star stuff. And I don't want to keep any rare or any low-level stuff. All of this is sounding okay so far, right? And this is just highlighted for Shield right now. So if I come off for Shield... Oh, no, it's not. This is where I think they've made mistakes, really. So on Shield, I want to do that. But on Helm, I can't choose something different. I have to choose the same for every slot. So the point of having slots here seems pretty useless to me. But anyway, yeah, I feel like they've not quite filtered it yet enough. But anyway, I'm not gonna, let's try and stay focused. So these are the sets I want to keep, and let's say I only want to keep 6-star of this quality. Yeah, I can then go in and say like, right, I want to keep anything that rolls a speed substat, for example, anything that rolls crit rate, defense, whatever. But what I can't do is say, for speed set, I want to keep anything that rolls speed. Everything else, get rid. For lifesteal set, I want to keep something different. For toxic set, I want something different. It seems bizarre. So RSL Helper is 20 times better than this for sure. Like, because you can just be way more precise around what you want to do. Like, I can't say I want to keep 5-star, legendary, and mythic, and then for 6-star, epic and above. It's just if I say I want to sell 5-star, it sells a lot. I can't like pinpoint what I want to do. On some stuff like boots, chests, gloves, you can say just automatically sell flat stats. Yeah, so I could be like boots will get rid of anything which is flat HP, attack and defense. So that's good. Saves you a click here and there. It's just halfway there. It's halfway to where it should be. If you're putting this in, just put it in properly. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, why are you not letting me be more selective over the sets? I don't get it. It's halfway there. It's better for mobile players. You now will sell a bunch of the trash you don't want to keep. The cool thing here, so this is going to stick for Dragon. And then if I go into, let's say, Finite, you kind of have your own settings in here, which all saves as well. If you want to go into then Campaign, for example, again, it will have your own settings in Campaign for what you want to do. So you could be in there and be like, bam, I just want to sell everything. Yeah, and it'll just all go. So that's cool, because at the moment, I've made mistakes in the past where it's like, I've got myself on sell all for Campaign. Then I go into Spider and I waste a load of energy selling absolutely everything. So at least it is kind of like location specific. It's not quite where it needs to be, though, in my opinion. You then go into the gear filtering, and we've got a little bit more stuff going on here as well. So I can check out stats. Yeah, so I can literally be like, let's just go equipped. I could say, right, show me speed at the top. Yeah, and I could also say, don't show me boots, for example. Or I guess you might start with boots and it'd be like, show me speed at the top. I can also tell it to hide set filters. So literally show me the fastest stuff that I own. Yeah, which is a cool thing to look at. Quite quickly here, I can see like how many of my items have actually got a speed ascension. Out of the gear that I've looked at, how many have got the speed ascension? Actually a very small amount. Yeah, it's a very small amount. So that's one cool thing. I could then say, actually, don't show me boots anymore. And I could be like, right, where have I rolled really well in speed? For example, yeah. You can do the same thing with any stats. I could also say, speed's a priority, but I do want to see crit rate to be relatively high as well. And I don't know, let's say accuracy. I want accuracy in there, but I don't need it to be super high. So these pieces should be either crit rate with speed and accuracy. Move me so you can see what I'm saying. Crit rate with speed and accuracy, yeah. Actually, there's no accuracy on that one at all. A little bit on that one. Yeah, so it's kind of like using these different filters. If I was like, accuracy is really important as well. Like speed and accuracy together, super important. Then I could start to find pieces that kind of make that work. So it's going to show me all accuracy chests at the top here. Yeah, so there's definitely some more playing around that can be done with kind of gear filtering. Again, like if you're a PC player, the optimizer does this all better, but it's good that now mobile players will be able to have way more control over just visibility of what their gear looks like, especially if you're trying to do builds and stuff and you're trying to find that right sort of gear. You know, if you then got the set filters back in, it might be that you're looking at, you know, this high speed and accuracy, but in perception gear, and you start to find pieces that you actually care about. Yeah. So I think all in all, it's not a bad job. It's not a bad job. I don't know what else to say. It's like decent. It's decent. Hide fully reworked. I like that as well. So actually, nothing on here now is going to show if I've done a rework of it. So I can only see now stuff that could still be reworked. Quite cool. With your ores. All that type of stuff. It's just, It's just a little bit of quality of life. We've needed it. We still need more. One of the things I'm disappointed with, really, is that we've got all of this quality of life coming in. We've got new things like Live Arena, which, can't see it here, obviously, but Live Arena, which take up more time. And yet we've not really had decent time savers added at the same time. They've done some time saving stuff over the last 24 months. A lot, in fairness. But I feel like we still need more. Yeah, the game's just taking longer and longer and longer. I think we've lost a lot of players because of that. And although the game is in a much better state than it's ever been in terms of cool stuff to do, which, cool stuff for different players, it's just such a lengthy game in terms of your time commitment that I think it puts a lot of people off. Anyway, guys, there you go. Let me know what you think of the new champs and the new quality of life stuff. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.